My kind of getting in touch with Egham Museum began actually with going to see a centenary screening of the cabinet of Dr. Caligari at the old Operating Museum Theatre in London, and then just following them on Twitter, and then I became friends with the Egham Museum Twitter account, basically, and then that just led to getting invited onto the Egham Museum podcast to talk about local history and just kind of my interests involving, sort of folklore, stories, and all that stuff. And after that, that led to me writing a story for Egham Museum, a short audio drama piece on Egham races. And then, yeah, it was a friendship that began on Twitter, and then just led to a really fun little project. I think the thing that surprised me most about the museum was just how alive it is. It's a group of people rather than just a building, and what that also kind of changed was my idea of how you relate to a museum, because it is a group of people, with an interest in history, in local history, and in the area. It's not just a place you go to and you look at things, or you just you access things and research information. It's a place where you can have like an ongoing conversation about different ideas and projects and just certain aspects of local history. So it's a living, breathing thing rather than just a repository of stuff. Well, the first activity I participated in with Egham Museum was appearing on their podcast, and because I write and direct audio drama, the whole podcasting world is just a really great way of reaching loads of people, and so it was a way it very immediately reached me. And after appearing on the podcast, that led to an audio project, A Day at the Races, all about Egham races, which is just it's a short dramatic piece told from the point of view of a horse. About the whole history of this race meet that no longer exists but occurred here for a very long time. But after that project, I actually came up with a personal use for Egham Museum, which is I'm a local resident, and for years I've been kind of captivated by the story of the Rosenolive Branch pub, which is that it's called the Rosenolive Branch because the Roundheads and the Cavaliers met there at the foot of Callow Hill, which in the olden days was called Gallow Hill apparently. And the local legend is, and it's recorded, it's on the pub website to this day, is that there was a gallows on the hill, and so I wanted to work out, was there really a gallows on Callow Hill? And because folklore's my bag anyway, I already kind of smelt a rat. But I decided to actually use the museum and try and solve the mystery. Someone who's quite happy kind of beetling away doing research and not talking to anyone, which is kind of one of my natural inclinations, but it's not always the best approach to things. I think one of the main things I've learned about how to use a local museum is that it's a place with people in you can go and talk to, and any project you want to look into, or any subject or area, it's not just about going and looking at certain pieces or getting access to certain information. It's about having an ongoing conversation with the people at the museum, and over time, gradually, one wash at a time, you can kind of get to the truth of things. So really, it's about remembering that once again, a museum isn't just a building. It's a place where people meet to talk history. A big difference the museum has made to me is that I'm kind of now more aware that there is a place I can go to with people in who I know to ask questions about local history and to help me with my questions and my queries and the little mysteries I might want to solve, and also that it's a place where I can even be of use as well. Rather than doing what we often do, just relying on stuff like Wikipedia and Google and online resources, which is inherently one-sided a lot of the time. Egham Museum is a place you can go to and speak to people, and there's a team of researchers who are willing to help you, look stuff up and find out things for you if you've got any questions about Egham history. So the big thing it's done for me is remind myself that I'm part of a community, and there are people who are there and willing to help you. To anyone who would like to support Egham Museum and isn't sure how to, I mean, yes, you can absolutely make a contribution to the museum, but I think the big thing is to use Egham Museum. Egham Museum is here for you, and it's a resource. It's a collection. It's a collective of really lovely people who are really interested in what they do. And if you've got any questions or queries about Egham history, they are here, and it's a resource, so use it. And that's probably the most valuable thing I think you can do.